Welcome to Almost Functional Gaming. We aim to help all followers of Russ and the Allfather to improve on the tabletop. List building, tournament recaps, unit reviews, weekly council of the Fang, and other tips to help us all go from almost functional to fully functional. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out our merch store and Almost Functional Score Tracker on Amazon.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Almost Functional 40K, continuing our series of making a list for new wolves for every detachment in the that we have available to us, including all the marine detachments. This time we're going to be going over the Anvil Siege Force. So that being said, let's go ahead and remember to pull up the army builder this time. So we'll go ahead and pick Anvil Siege Force. I will run you guys through what this detachment does. So basically, ranged weapons equipped by Adept Astartes models from your army have the heavy ability. If such weapon already has this ability, each time an attack is made with that weapon, if the attacking model's unit remains stationary, add 1 to the wound roll as well. So gain heavy if you already have heavy, gain +1 to wound if you're stationary. Heavy, for those who don't know, gives you +1 to hit if you're stationary. And then enhancements aren't that great. Indomitable Fury is Gravis model only. First time the bear is destroyed, roll 1d6 at the end of the phase. On the 2-up, set the bear back up on the battlefield as close as possible to where it is destroyed and not within engagement range of enemy units with its full wounds remaining. The rule for it's kind of cool. The fact that it's limited to Gravis model is what makes it not that great. Fleet Commander, Captain model only. Once per battle, at the start of your shooting phase, you can select 1 point on the battlefield and place a marker on that point. At the start of your next shooting phase, place another marker on the battlefield within 12 of the center of the first marker, within 12 inches of the center of the first marker. And then draw a straight line between the center of each of these markers. Roll 1d6 for each unit that line passes over or through. On a 3-up, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. Both markers are then removed. That's just a really weird one. Stoic Defender, Adeptus Astartes model only. While the bear is leading unit, models in unit have a 6-up feel no pain. While they're within range of an objective marker you control, and while that unit is battle shocked, have the objective control characteristics of model in the unit instead of changing it to 0. So if you're OC1, you would have it to 0.5 and then round back up to 1, because that's how having works in modifiers. That one's okay. That one's decent. This Adeptus Astartes, so you can really put it on any model. That's a character that's not an epic character, so that's the one enhancement I think is pretty good in here. Architect of War, this Adeptus Astartes model only, while the bear is leading unit, ranged weapons equipped by models in that unit ignores cover. And then the stratagems, we have Armor of Contempt, Rigid Discipline, into the fight phase. One Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that's within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units. You can immediately make a fallback move of up to 6 inches. When making that move, your unit must end that move either wholly within your deployment zone or within range of an objective marker. That's kind of cool, because we don't have a lot of access to fallback and charge or fallback and shoot. So this lets you fall back in your opponent's turn. So then on your turn, you're not restricted as a unit that fell back. So that's really, really cool. I actually like that one. Then we have not one backward step, your command phase. One Adeptus Astartes entry unit from your army within range of an objective marker. Till the end of the turn, double the objective control characteristics of models in your unit, but it must remain stationary this turn. That makes me want to put in at least one squad of Grey Hunters. Just have them somewhere where they're shooting, and you want to come contest it? Pop this. Now they're OC6 each. That could be really, really interesting. We have no threat too great. Your shooting phase, one Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until end of the phase, each time a model unit makes a ranged attack that targets a monster or vehicle unit, you can re-roll the wound roll. So this is Adeptus Astartes any unit. So this you could pop on your Predator or Ballistis or whoever you're giving rapid fire from your Iron Priest. So that's pretty good. Battle Drill Recall, shooting phase, Adeptus Astartes unit from your army. Till the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit have sustained hits 1. If your unit remains stationary this turn, then until the end of the phase, each time a model unit makes a ranged attack, a successful unmodified hit roll of 5+ scores a critical hit. So you gain sustained 1, and if you stayed stationary, you crit on 5s, which, if you're on like Sternguard or something, that could be cool. But I like this for, you could give rapid fire and sustained hits and reroll wounds into monster and vehicles with your Predator. It's a 3 CP investment, but that would be pretty brutal. Then we have Hail of Vengeance. Your opponent's shooting phase just after enemy unit has resolved its attack. 1 Adept is a Astartes unit from your army that had 1 or more of its models destroyed as a result of that unit. Your unit can shoot as if it were your shooting phase, but must target only that enemy unit when doing so, and only if they were an eligible target. That one, not great for Space Wolves. So with that being said, this one I wasn't as inspired as I was for some of the other detachments. I was like, oh, I think I have something really cool, weird. This have a couple little ideas. So one thing we want to put in here is 2 Iron Priests, just because they're shooting in this detachment. So I really think we should tech into that. And then we're going to give them some vehicles. This one, I think we go real shooty in this one. So we're going to go Ballistus, Lancer, double Predator. All right, so we're going real shooting heavy in this because of some of these strats and stuff. Now, I also want to put in 1 squad of Grey Hunters, because I really like what they can do with being able to double their OC if they're made stationary, just really swarm an objective. And since we don't take him in many lists, and we are taking Grey Hunters, and he is one model that I kind of like in Grey Hunters, we're going to take Njal. So now they can auto advance 6. He can make other people's range go down. Just they get all those buffs from him, and then that's just another model there to help if they do start buffing up their OC. Now, something we're always going to take is Logan, just because the Terminators, just the ability to come in early and their survivability just makes them really useful. And 2 of the strats in this detachment are 2 CP, and there's me a couple times I want to double up on strats. So we are going to take Bjorn for the extra CP, and this being a shooting detachment, I just think that's really, really good. So that leaves us 12. We'll go ahead and make Logan the Warlord to make sure this. All right. Why is that still doing that? Oh, the Grey Hunters for some reason always start with the pack leader having a messed up thing. They always give him both of these. So we'll give him the plasma pistol. Now we should be good. And we'll give him the power fist. So 10-man Grey Hunter with Njal. They're going to push a little bit. So we do need some mission play. But first we're going to give Logan his squad of Terminators. Just so we have those points in there. And then we want a scout squad and an infiltrator squad, because I just like them in every list. So now we got some really good shooting. We have 1 good combat unit. We've got Grey Hunters to shoot and combat decently in the middle. So this being Space Wolves, even though we are going kind of shooting heavy, we do need a second combat brick. So at this point, what do we give it to? That is the question. So we can tech into the Feel No Pain that we can get from the 1 enhancement. So that's something I'm going to. So for that, we're going to need a character that is not epic. So we're going to have to go here to characters. I do want to go Space Wolf characters. So we have the options of the Battle Leader and the Wolf Priest. And they're going to be leading a Head Taker squad, just because I don't think taking a second second Grey Hunter or Blood Claw squad is really the choice here. So we get the +1 to wound, which I really like on Head Takers, and the ability to bring them back. And with a Feel No Pain, that really just techs into their survivability. Where the Battle Leader, we can give him sustained, and he has the fight on death. But I'm going to take the Wolf Priest just to healing and feel no pain. We're just going to try to keep this squad alive. So we'll go back down here to infantry and add a squad of head takers. I hate this app on here. I can't wait till we're fully released so I can use like new recruit on here. So it's so much easier. I'm going to make this a 6-man. And since we're going into survivability, we will take 6 of them. I mean, with the storm shields. So that leaves us 185 points. So what else do we want to... Oh, we will give them a transport. We'll give them an impulsor. I always like that. Gets them places and keeps... It can become a decent little tech piece, action piece once they're out. So we got 2 combat units, lots of shooting, and 105 points left. So there's not a lot you can do with 105 points. We could take intercessors, but really you're going to need to try to break this up into 2 things. So at that point, I think you take a squad of Fenrir wolves. Where's Beast? Right there. Squad of Fenrir wolves just for screening and stuff. That's just really, really useful. That leaves us 65 points. So we can take an ATV for extra mission plan stuff, or we have a Lancer, a Ballistus, and 2 Predators, but we only have 2 Iron Priests. What if we just go all out? 3 Iron Priests. 2 combat bricks that are most likely to be more defensive in this one. Just protecting our shooting brick. Fenrir wolves can screen out. Blood Claws can do the same. Basically, keep the shooting up and have some counter-charging units. Honestly, I don't dislike this at all. Not your standard wolf list. This is more of a shoot them, make them come to you, and then counter with only 2 real combat units. Although Grey Hunters, 30 shooting attacks, 40 combat attacks. Basically, when they get close, that can kill a lot of stuff, especially like marine type bodies, just by weight of fire. So that's the list: 2 Predators, a Lancer, a Ballistus, 1 squad of Wolves, 1 Impulsor, Terminators with Ragnar, Head Takers with a Priest, riding in the... Oh, we talked about it, and then we didn't give him the enhancement. Okay. Stoic Defender. All right. So that throws that off a little bit. All right. So let's drop the 3rd Iron Priest. Leaves us 50, and drop the Fenrir Wolves. All right, now we have 90. Okay. Well, 90 points. I'm going to take a squad of JPIs. Another quick little screening unit, but that also can do some devs and fight halfway decent into other combat armies. So you give the sergeant a jump pack, or not jump pack, a power fist, and you take plasma on him, plasma on one of the other guys. But I really, really think that's not a bad list. Lots of shooting with the Iron Priest tech. You can give them... You're giving them rapid fire already. You can give them sustained hits. You can give them... What was the other thing? Oh, reroll wounds in the monster's vehicles. You got Bjorn to buff up your CP, so you can afford to do all that. You can do even opposite. Rapid fire, 2 of them. Give one of them a sustain, the other one rerolls, just so you're upping the efficiency of both instead of over-committing to one. Yeah, I like it. Let me know what you guys think of it. But that's that for Anvil Siege Force. We've got Librarius I'll be doing a single video on, and then over the next 2 weeks, Aiden and I are going to be doing Gladius, Iron Storm, Saga the Hunter, and Saga the Beast Slayer. Probably 2 each night. One. Well, actually, when this comes out, we'll have already done one of them, because I'm releasing this after. Then the week after, we'll do another one. So that'll hit all 4 of those, and we'll have all the detachments out before the new codex is officially legal. And then the week after that, we're actually going to do a ranking tier of where we think all these detachments rank for wolves. But thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you for watching Almost Functional Gaming. We appreciate the support of all followers of Russ and the Allfather. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out our merch store and Almost Functional Score Tracker on Amazon. Everything helps support the growth of this channel, and we appreciate it.